Welcome to the tutorials on how to create this gorgeous pumpkin patch. Now this is free creative freedom. You can do whatever you like here. You can follow my design or you can create your own. It's entirely up to you. Let's get straight into it. Let's start with the pumpkin. Now you're going to thread onto your needle a good armful of the orange yarn. I've stuck one of my pumpkins here. You can choose whichever size you like. We're going to go in with a back stitch. Now the back stitch is pretty much what we're going to be using for almost all of this project, as well as a satin stitch as well. So it's really beginner friendly. So we're going to pull our yarn through. We're going to leave a tail underneath to tie off to. Now the spacing we're going to be using is approximately 1/2 centimetre. So let's take down our yarn approximately 1/2 centimetre away. Then we're going to move forward about 1/2 centimetre again. And this is where we're going to then take our needle back to our previous stitch. So I'm going to bring my needle up 1/2 centimetre away. And you'll see now I'm going to bring my needle into the end of the previous stitch. And this is simply how we do a back stitch. So you'll see now I'm going to leave another space of about 1/2 centimetre. And then I'm going to bring my needle again back into the end of the previous stitch. And we're simply just going to continue with this all the way until we get to the top section of our pumpkin. Now we've got plenty of yarn left on our needle, so we can continue going down. And then we can, of course, continue around until we run out of yarn. And when you do run out of yarn, all you need to do is just thread on some more yarn and continue as you were. But you just have to make sure that any little loose ends you need to tie off underneath. So we're going to continue like this all the way until the outline of our pumpkin is finished. And you'll see here we've just done that. So let's pull that last stitch through. And then when we turn our garment over, you'll see that we've got to bring our two tails together. So you can see our threaded needle. We're just going to weave it through our work so that these two tails are now together, and I can tie them off together nicely and snip away any excess ends. Now you can, of course, leave your pumpkin empty. You don't have to fill it in. If you like that sort of just outline look, that's absolutely fine. Or you can thread on a good armful of the orange yarn again, and we're just going to go in with a satin stitch. So I'm just going to go and fill in each section one at a time with a nice uniformed satin stitch. And that's it. We're just going to fill in all of these sections using this same stitch. And once we've reached the end and our pumpkin is nicely filled in, we can just flip our garment over. Now you may have a few loose tails if you've had to thread on some more yarn, and that's okay. You're just going to find all of your double ends, tie them together in a triple knot, and make sure that you cut off any excess. Now I've just threaded on a little bit of orange yarn for this section here. It's just for the top part, and we're just going to pop in 1 to 2 little straight stitches in here. So it should only need 1, but if you've gone with a bigger pumpkin, you might need to put in 2, but we can just jump across and fill in the other side as well. It just gives that fuller look to the pumpkin. And of course, when you finish, we're just going to tie off those 2 ends together. Next, using just a small little pull of green yarn, we're just going to do the top section. Now this again is just a nice little satin stitch, so leave a tail underneath to tie off to, and we're just going to pop a satin stitch across here and fill in this whole section with the same stitch. And once you've finished that little part there, we are just going to take our needle and thread it back through our work so that these 2 tails are now together, and we can tie them together in a triple knot. Snip away any excess ends and your little pumpkin is finished. So to remove your stick and stitch, you're just going to run your garment under some lukewarm water. If you have the shower setting on your tap, this works really well at removing the stabilizer. It may take a minute or 2, but it will start to break up and dissolve, and it actually does wash away quite easily on denim. Now, if you'd also like to add the little greenery bits at the bottom, this is part of the mushroom tutorial, so you'll be able to see how to do those by watching that video. And once you've washed away your stabilizer, you're just going to flat lay to dry and you're good to move on to the next step. The next video is going to be our adorable little wheelbarrow with pumpkins. I really hope you enjoy that one too. Happy stitching, guys.